Hey everyone, it's Sunday, so that means it's time for another edition of Storytime. As you can already see, I have a couple really cool guests with me. I have two Russian tortoises. I have a male and a female. How can I tell the difference, you say? Well, with Russian tortoises, part of it's pretty easy, is we look at the size. Females are always bigger than males. But if you really want to be for certain, we actually look at their tails. So the male has a much longer tail. He's kind of got it tucked up here. I don't know if he'll let me pull it out. Nope, he won't. But his tail goes from here all the way up to here. Whereas the female has a very stubby tail. So that is the main way you should be able to tell the difference between these tortoises. And it's actually a way that we tell the difference between a lot of turtles and tortoises. Now, Russian tortoises are really unique because they're not really from Russia. You can find them in the southernmost parts of Russia, but typically they're a Central Asian species. So that means we can find them from Iran all the way over to China, and then typically in like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and northern India. So these are a dry climate kind of tortoise, like a steppe tortoise. So they like grasslands, scrublands, edges of forest, even almost slightly desert-like conditions, although not like an actual desert, just very dry plants in general. So this is about as big as they get. Females will typically get somewhere around 8 to 10 inches, sometimes a little bit bigger. Males are usually like 5 to 8 inches, so much smaller on them. But these guys have a ton of personality. And just like other tortoises, they're going to get the majority of their hydration from their food. And especially for a tortoise like this that lives in a very dry area, that's really important. For them to have a balanced diet, that's going to help them get the hydration that they need. So lots of veggies, dark leafy greens like collard, mustard, and turnip green. We also offer them hay, so that kind of helps with their digestive tract, but hardly ever do we give them things like fruit. They wouldn't naturally really get that much sugar in the wild, so we don't really deal with it. They love to burrow, so we give them lots of space and a very large enclosure, a very thick substrate so they can dig down and get into it. They have very thick claws. This helps them with climbing over stuff. Or in the case of tortoises, they like going through things or over top of them if they have to. Males usually have a little bit longer claws than females, although our little female here is definitely due for a nail trim because her nails are a little long as well. Now, they're known for being slow as far as mythology goes, but tortoises really can be fast when they want to. But that's what brought me to the book that we're going to read today, which is called Grumpy Monkey, Are We There Yet? By Suzanne Lang. This is a story about the grumpy monkey trying to get his tortoise friends somewhere, and the tortoise keeping him slow. So, we're going to have our Russian tortoise friends just sitting here in our bin. That way you can take a look at them as I read, and here we go. Chimpanzee and his friend Tortoise were on their way to the pineapple plant. The pineapple plant was on the other side of the jungle. We'll get there fast if you carry me, Tortoise said to Jim. But you're heavy, said Jim. Please, said Tortoise. And so Jim carried Tortoise. Are we there yet? Asked Tortoise. Not even close, said Jim. They walked some more and came upon their friend Norman. Norman decided to come along. Are we there yet? Asked Tortoise. No, said Jim. Please stop asking me that question. They walked and walked. All that walking was making Jim tired. Are we there yet? Asked Tortoise. Tortoise was not being patient. That made Jim mad. We are not there yet, shouted Jim. Look, said Norman, I found a butterfly. Tortoise and Jim stopped their shouting to look. I wonder if we can find any more neat bugs, said Norman. I bet I can, said Tortoise. She searched and found a beetle. A beetle is better than a butterfly, she said. I found 2 worms, said Jim. I found a whole line of ants, said Tortoise. The friends were so busy finding bugs, they almost didn't realize they had arrived at the pineapple plant. Looks like the bugs got here first, said Norman. Ah, cried Jim. He was very tired and angry. Tired and hungry. Hangry. We all get that way sometimes. I guess we'll have something to eat back home, said Tortoise, but Jim was so tired he did not think he could take another step. Are we there yet? How are you feeling? So, Grumpy Monkey books are great at helping us explain our emotions. Sometimes it's hard for our kids and even us adults to express our emotions. But this chart really helps, especially if you're someone who's on the autism scale. This really helps out a lot. It can help us express our emotions in a very, very healthy way. So the Grumpy Monkey books are great for this because it helps go through a wide range of emotions and help us learn things. So we learned a little bit about how our chimpanzee friend gets a little angry, especially when Tortoise is being slow, which can kind of relate to our tortoise friends here, although they're not always slow. Although they actually look a little grumpy right now too. So I hope you had fun. Hope you learned a little about tortoises. Hope you enjoyed about Grumpy Monkey. There we go. We'll see you next time.